Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Republic of Amalfi series here on the Lore Master channel, which I am still in a bit of a shock from the previous episode, which, well, we made a big accomplishment where we did forge a golden bloodline. Yes, all thanks to the Doge Lambert, the Holy. No, he was the Sword of God. You're thinking of the Sogdian, whose nickname is the Holy, who also had his own accomplishments too regarding Trade League. An Italian merchant and a Sogdian merchant, two different worlds. But this may come to you as a shock, but this is Doge Hildeprand of Crete. Father Lambert was murdered. Yes, murdered. Murdered by none other than Poppo, his own son. He's a kinslayer. It was by poison wine. Voivode Poppo is a kinslaying son of a... who's married to the Duchess, and they already have a son who will one day rule Dalmatia and maybe perhaps the Empire. Because he is the heir to the Latin Empire. So, this future emperor, I cannot stop him. Because he's got some degree of intrigue. And plus, he's a much better fighter than I am. And I am only a trained fighter, and I'm also craven. I need to get rid of that craven trait. That is my first priority. And also, I'm still secretly Slavic. I mean... whereas Tassilo, he is not. I just found that out recently, which I kind of brought him over here, you know, for almost for nothing, to be honest. But I need him here because you need to get married, and I need to get married. It's for our future. Typically, you know, these Avars are pretty interesting. Just let me look at the whole list. Nothing but Christians, okay. But look, Tima Paladin. That's from the Kagan. If there is only one other country that could stand up to the Latin Empire besides us, is the Cognate Bahar. Only because my sister, she drowned recently, drowning accident, because he cared about his war horse more than the other. Yep, Albanians and Avars, they go together. By Albanians, we do mean the Albanians of Albania, not the Caucasian Albanians, which would be the Udi. Yes, correct. You are correct, sir. Anyways, and there's the Tarkand, who are more genetically superior. I don't know about this, because it would take a long time for you to get married to some Avar girl, but keep looking. There could be others. Others who are better genetics and need more better non-aggression packs. The Ban of Slavonia. Not a power. And neither is Croatia. Nor in Usara. Again, I'm looking to put together an alliance to eventually get back at my brother. If I can't beat him in a duel, which now that I think about it, I don't think antagonizing him would be wise, because he'll challenge me to a duel and he will defeat me and maybe perhaps kill me. I have to get rid of Craven first and improve my weapon training. Yes, and all that. All I need to do is just improve my training. But as for you, I mean, we have no quarrel with Bulgaria. But he has no children nor siblings. But here's the Voivode there, who's a drunk, also has no children. Good to go. The former Byzantine Empire. Yes, we did a lot of bad things too, but you are a power. And you are going on the offensive. Would be wise to ally with you, but no. And that holy order is to be left alone. They decided to put themselves into Greece, but they're not doing any of those so-called Northern Crusades, so to speak. Genoa's a rival republic. Ragusa's worse. Rabino is something else. We used to have a pact, but not anymore. And soon one day, because it's a matrilineal marriage, which they are both kin, that's their business now. But regardless. So the most logical option is the Avars. If they can get their order up together, and if they're going to go on the offensive again, I'd be glad to support them. Your youngest daughter is to be... I will pay the bride price for it. For this betrothal. And you'll eventually have to get married, brother. Because there's none other like you. All the others went away. And as for me, the real question is, who the hell am I going to get married? Of somebody that's of a reasonable age, starting from 14 onwards. If anybody's got good traits, I'd be glad to have them. Interesting. Tall and strong, but only craven. But I need somebody to compensate for my lack of diplomacy and intrigue. And you can't win both. Oh, here's a genius. Dull genius, so that makes it quick-minded. And what do you know? It's an Avar too. We'll keep looking. Is there a strong genius? Good lord. Oh, there's an attractive stronger, but she's a bit slightly older than me, but she's a Slavic pagan, interestingly enough. Okay, we're gonna go with the Avar. Yep. Longobard-Avar relations continue. But we do get a alliance with the Tarkhan clan. And she wants to get married. And therefore you'll have me. And I hope you ought to get rid of that gluttonous trait of yours. But who knows. And also move the capital to Acera because I feel that one is like close to home for me. Let me see how many trades do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but my main priority is to get rid of that Craven trait, and that's what the war focus is for. Hopefully I will get some event to lose that Craven trait, and then I will join a society. I mean, a round table doesn't sound like a bad idea. So is joining a holy order, which only one is available because they are willing to recruit stewards. But I'm just a healthy guy, alright? I care about is setting my future. Chestnut farms a Scala because I lack a bit of intrigue, so that would be wise. Don't choose no patron saint. Yeah, why not? Let's just write another stewardship-related book in my free time. And get a smuggler operation going. But I'm not that desperate to go into piracy because, well, who knows what the income is like now, but after all these improvements made by the Trade League and all that, you'll manage. You've been here long enough. Oh, really? I can recruit you? Stick around, you might be useful one day. So for now, Tassilo is the designated heir. My mother is, you know... Talk. Okay, minutes have passed. There'll be no more killings around here. We don't want to see no more murder. We don't want no murder around here. And I will get back at my brother. For the crime that he did do. Not commit. Because he reminds me of that one prisoner says, I'm gonna get you as payback for the crimes I did not do. As he says. Alright. Dilek and Hildeprand are getting married. Sorry. And I'm gonna need all that great money back because, you know, I need all that. So, father-in-law, clan leader. May the alliance between us and the Avars last forever. Because they be useful one day. Because they got an ord and their horsemen and the rest of them can help us deal with the rudder. Now that I have migrants in my domain, it's time to select a policy to follow regarding their settlements. Well, I kind of lack diplomacy as compared to stewardship, so used to be integration, but now we're going to do the other way. Follow the policy of segregation, which leads to the slowest assimilation rate to prevent some of the troubles that usually appear in a province. This policy will test my stewardship to influence the final speed of the assimilation. So yes, things are changing regarding the migrants here. least you're attracted to me. Lately it's become apparent that my spouse is trying to manipulate me and assume control over more and more matters about the management of my realm. While everything might just be the wrong impression, she seems to be in the league with one of the counselors, Ragaport von Heir, no. And the pair can hinder my own capabilities in running my domains. Ooh, authoritative, ain't ya? You think you got what it takes, huh? Think this young teen knows everything. Oh, and by the way, she's comely. That's another thing I kind of like about her, but I just don't particularly like it because she's gluttonous and I'm temperate. and it says, yeah, teenager leads. Just wait till she grows up. Just wait till... I don't know. I just feel rather suspicious. That's all. And now there's this suspicion. Maybe my spouse is trying to manipulate my political options by using non-official channels to find the members of the council. Again, she just got here. So, depends on my trait. I'm not paranoid. I do have some degree of intrigue, not education. I am the... Hold on, that's of your spouse. Look her up. She does have an intrigue and the education for it. Not paranoid, not ambitious. She isn't content, nor trusting, nor honest. But as for this outcome of this option, includes the counselor's traits. Alright, Marshal, what do you got? You are not honest, not craven. You ain't content either. But, not patient, not temperate, not kind. Good God, what are you then? He doesn't have any of those traits. Nor the education for it, and his intrigue skills are rather low, and his opinion of me isn't... some of my spouse trait, whether she is in fact manipulating, also have an effect. Well, what if I just accuse her? It's like, yes, we mentioned those traits before, but if I accuse her of pulling strings behind my back, she is not kind, nor charitable, not patient either, but she's not temperate, but it does say wrathful, which is negative, and the opinion of me... Gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. This is a bit troubling to me. I brought her here, but... I mean, I ain't paranoid, so... I'll just simply wait. Just wait it out. During a particularly heated argument in the council, I stepped in as Doge Romanos the Cruel was making a fool of himself. I managed to soothe the debaters and win the argument for him. It's turned out to be a great move on my part, and he now feels indebted to me. Good. Good. Like, what do I need to let me see. I don't know. Whoops! Oh gosh. They know what I've been doing. Now he's mad at me. But he ain't gonna assassinate me, not with that kind of intrigue. Since I'm not a member of the Trade League anymore, I could sell these. And they are prospering. One of my courtiers came back today after visiting a cousin living in a town some distance away. I was offered some precious onions as a gift. Thank you, these would go great in soup. Yeah. Almost I made a wise choice. After some stressful moments, it's become clear that Dilek was not attempting to scheme against me. It became apparent my wise decision to avoid a confrontation or any counsel on the matter. Yeah. There'll be no suspicions of you. So I'll start swinging. He used his influence at the University of Bologna to forbid the access of my family? How dare you? But I'll remove the ban by putting that money in it. Idiot! Yeah. Again, I'd like to have children of my own and try to raise them to be warriors. And I am not that warrior. Whereas my brother is out leading an army as Dalmatia goes to war. Yeah, one of its wars. For the coast of Epirus. Sponsor the University of Oxford. You sure you want to do that? Sure, I like free investing, sure. Yeah! Bastards. I don't know about this, but I'm bringing the best with me. To prove myself in that combat. We got a siege master for once. Maybe this will help me get rid of that craven trait if I do moments of bravery here. Hildeprand, you haphazard brute. Ah. Yep. Well, I'm not exactly a military man by any stretch of the imagination. But since I'm a man full of wrath, because one day I will fight against my brother Poppo. Because he's going to be at his best. He could have been the one running Republic, but no. Due to the Rudolph who died of leprosy, he decides, it's like, I think I'm next in line to be running the Empire. I don't want to run this Republic anymore. I'm off to Dalmatia. We are going to destroy them! So this will give me more pursuit, more damage, but lessons on defense. This will be a bit different. Not exactly a lawful man, but it's something that needs to be done. Thumbs up. Oh god, the Rector got what it got. They got the coast of Duca. We had possible plans for the expansion into the rest of Duca. Only because they have a city there. Well, since you dropped out, then we have a tutor here, but glad you got the diligent. Hey! Put me back in the game. Don't let him get away. These raiders are getting bold as of late. And maybe one day I'll pick up these, commander traits, because like this, hopefully I'll get one of those. due to the performance of dealing with raiders. But these days, it's become an attractive target for raiders. Oh, let me guess, it's the embargo war. Yep, embargo war. The last thing I would ever want to do is to fight against the papal guards, along with many of their levies. That's the last thing anybody would want. Plus, are you willing to go to combat like this? You're gonna die. And it would be extinct bloodline. You're gonna die. This whole patrician family's gone mad. And Duco's under their control now. And it's only a matter of time before she dies of old age and my brother becomes the emperor. And I'm gonna have to stop that emperor from doing whatever he may do. Because he will have the power and the army for it, for himself. This may not be wise here, but we're actually going to go support them. I know it's a stupid embargo war. It's just a little stupid war, but we want part of it. I want to prove myself in bravery in battle. That is what we want. That's what I want. And we will support the Amalfi's army. And if we are ever defeated in battle, then let's hope it'll be a brave defeat. A heroic defeat. Well, here they come. They're gonna come kill us all, but I'm more interested in, I mean, I'll be sure to disband a retinue soon afterward when I, you know, move into position or move it away from our home territory. Well, you have a tendency to forget that you also have these from other areas too. Even if the morale isn't high. Volgarino of Vibrino. That is their best general, who is brave. Slightly similar combat skill. Hey, wait a minute. I recall I have something else other than this old sword. Aha! The Scimitar of Conquest. That was created by Lambert and it was given back to Rudolph. Then back to Lambert and now it's to me. This one's got slightly better combat skill, but this has bonuses for our troops. Give me this one. They have way more heavy cavalry than us, so that's definitely gonna devastate us. Stormy weather is getting to me. Turning to the sky with deep breath, the pompous soldiers of Pope Eugenius IV have been sending their best at me, and my limbs are becoming heavier with each step I take. This guy's got no combat skill. Or at all. I don't think so. I'll duel him myself. A simple duel for honor or not. Kim also has an air of unquestioned confidence about him. When I charge, he snickers. I dare it all. I am lying on the ground. After my opponent's sure to smack his bastard sword in the side of my head. I lost the duel, but you got lucky. A lot of us got killed, but only took some of them with us. But things are gonna get ugly now. We'll be retreating back here to where we once came. There's too many of them. I recently find myself thinking about the Duchess and how he bested me in a battlefield. I finally sent a letter to point out the professional respect I bear for him. Even though we were enemies, but the man's been kind enough to respond in a gleeful tone. Hey, you're the commander of the Papal Guard, and you're the heir to the Papal Guard, so... yeah. There's no shame in acknowledging a worthy opponent. Despite the fact that I had a superior combat skill than him, it's just... he got off easy. Get out of here. It's just he had the money to keep hiring more mercenaries in additional to the Papal Guard. That's definitely what's up. Half our retinue is gone. So we're just backing away, keeping your distance. Don't want our retinue destroyed. That reminds me. Now that I thought about it, regarding lessons learned from this war, and we'll continue to improve the economy in the area, but those that are already established, more cavalry is the answer. At least I still own these two. Gotta do something with that money. Keep spending it on more levies. More and more levies. To enlarge my army. Especially for that future conflict against the future emperor. May never know, one day he'll declare a rivalry war against me. But not if I do that first. Baroness the Zealot. Oh great, a cynical drunk. Who is also weary. They done ruined some of my buildings. Alright, come on. War's over. My God. I have forgotten about this. Upgrade to the armory. A large armory has been constructed in the corner of the palace corridor. It holds enough weapons and armor to equip a small army at a moment's notice. That's also just what we need. Yeah, I got hurt. But the question is, was it worth it? It sure done weakened the Republic for what they just did. You know, that got me to thinking. Since there are those that want to take trade posts away from me. Oh god, what the hell's going on? Sammy and Amalfi did Joe holding war. They want the city back. Saranakan Amalfi war for Barca. Oh yeah, they want their cities back. He didn't last long. Stress. Yipe. Interesting, this is a Greek Pope. Look at all these Greek names of some of the areas. Simply for the sake of it. They want Athens back. Well, here you go. That's what you want. My mother's been imprisoned. Oh god, they found out. They know she's secretly Slavic. They knew it. Hey, free my mother. Well, just left execute a key. Ooh, okay, almost there. But she's infirm. She can't survive prison. Can't you let her rest in peace? Help me, Father. Help me! But I'm sure he'll be like, yes, yes, my child, I will help you. Whatever request you may need. Just here to plead for salvation and all that. Grant me absolution. Here's that large pile of money, because I don't know what to do with it. Just free my mother. Ah, almost there. I know we don't typically see each other eye to eye, but here's a little money, just a little bribe. Please free my mother! She means a lot to me. No, they wouldn't lift her excommunication, but you don't understand. You don't understand. Because she's been great. And they think you still think that all Russians are still pagans? You have no idea. She's been through a lot, alright? You can't let her die like this while in the confines of a dungeon. Want to improve relations with the Holy Father immediately, and at the same time improve diplomatic relations. Do everything. How do you send him a gift as well? No, you cannot send him a gift. If you do, that's going to be a lot. The easiest thing in the world would be just to gifts. You got a bow? That's amazing. Really amazing. And all this other stuff. All I could say is please, please free my mother. She is not who you think she is. Lift her excommunication immediately. She's done nothing wrong. And if she's no longer in excommunication, please free her from the confines of that dungeon. I simply cannot bear the sight of my brother Poppo. What with his perfect body and happy life? After seeing how much he cares about keeping a balanced diet and a healthy body, I wonder if I couldn't ruin him with just a few placed words. Well, he's having chest pains. I'll just say, are you sick, Poppo? You look bloated today. Seems my attempts to sway my brother to eating more were fruitless. Well, he lives a warrior lifestyle. That ain't gonna work. Greek armor he's wearing. To the level-headed Doge Hildeprand, peace be with you. I will gladly lift the excommunication of Alexandra and allow her back into the church. Please free my mother! I shouldn't raise my voice like this, but... Oh my god, what's the matter with you? What crime did I commit? Here. Here's your money so you could use it for mercenaries. Now, for the love of God, free my mother. She's done nothing wrong. The articulate heated an argument, making a fool of some men, sued the debaters, those who only feared him, as he wanted to win an argument by his own means. Throwing a tantrum like this is publicly shame to Romanos. Look at you. You're publicly humiliated. You're an idiot. You're a stupid idiot. You're a big stupid idiot. You're a big fat stupid idiot. You're a big fat dumb stupid idiot. Anyways, sorry about that. Alexandra has been released. Please, she's infirm. That's the reason why. Don't imprison her. She can't take it. Just let my mother rest, alright? I wonder what she thinks of me now that I'm married to an Avar. Not to mention Orthodox. What happened? So, my mother decided to fight against this Croatian girl who's been here for quite a while. She was originally a resident of either Kirk or Monte Sant'Angelo. I guess she had an issue with her, or did Valeria had an issue with my mother, and decided, okay, the women are gonna fight in a duel, and then she got killed for it. Oh, 3 more characters died. Oh my god! Mother! You killed Hildeprand. And you also killed my kinsman. All on the same day, June 22nd. Radogod was my spy master. Goodness be, Mother. Calm down. I didn't know you were quite a defender yourself. Because it says slain in personal combat. All on the same day. And they were... maybe they weren't aware of the news that we lifted our excommunication. And it's like, there's a heretic, let's get her! And then she just defended herself somehow despite being infirm and having negative comment skill because she's old, she's infirm, and she's fat, but man, she managed to. Wow. Maybe Perun is with her somehow. I mean, after all, her ancestors on the side of the family were a bit Slavic. Mind if I give you a weapon? I know this doesn't mean much, and I'm gonna inherit it anyway. You can have this sword. And soon the armor. Because I don't want you to go running around, you know. Knowing everybody knows that you're a convicted apostate, but... Whew. I need someone more loyal, so... My wife could be the spy master. And this is how an Avar spy master dresses up. Yeah. And I'm gonna give you this old chainmail armor as well. Holy crud. My mother can fight. And perhaps she cleared her name of all the rivals and all that. Don't worry, when he's landed, you can declare a rivalry war against him whenever you wish to. So we can take him in prison, bring him to justice for doing what he did to my father. Not a social engineer. Shit. Alright, got a son. Don't name it after me. Not on my account, anyhow. Bernard. Alright. That's a Germanic name I can recognize. And let's hope that our combined genetic traits could do a lot for him. As tradition, my wife underwent her churching after recovering, cleansing herself of pregnancy. Unfortunately, her mood was not improved by taking the Holy Communion. Perhaps some old Sid's still weighing on her soul. I'm sure that I can calm her down. The migrants of the domain have been causing serious damage to the finances of several courtiers with lands in subtle provinces. A lack of action will make me look bad, so I need to consider other approaches to the problem. Employ soldiers to fight back the migrants. Plague in China. Good. Just a weak sneeze. Okay. After done looking that up. Need a new court physician, obviously. In my studies of warfare, I've come to realize that clever tactics on the battlefield is the only part of the story. There are other disciplines of equal importance. You could do damage, but let's add more morale damage. But I say inspire the men and they will invade hell for me. Yes, summon space you are. For the last week or two, I find myself unable to fall asleep quickly. A few of my courtiers said there's a local herbalist who currently has a large stock of herb valerian, during which he successfully treats several cases of insomnia. Drinking this valerian tea might just be what I need. Yes, I'll purchase some. Ever since the days of the ancient Greeks and Romans, the herb valerian's been given those who are suffering from insomnia or have difficulty falling asleep. Because I've been having good sleep as of late, but at least this negates it to some degree. The envoy from the city of Patane arrived with news regarding my search of a physician. The envoy told me of a promising medical student named Alpios. The young man has managed to save the life of one of the daughters of the important local trader not long ago, and apparently she only lost an eye in the process. Coercing him to join my court would be an easy task. I don't want that. I guess we'll have to find a better candidate for you. Oh god, my mother's a lunatic. I guess it's taking a toll on her mind. You'll still be the designated regent as you were before, because nobody has this wise acumen such as yourself. But my mother needs to calm down. Alright. Even now that the pregnancy is over, my wife's cravings for exotic foods have yet to stop. I'm starting to think she's just taking advantage of my generosity to grow fat. I think you've had enough, my dear. My wife has finally listened to my advice. In a few weeks she might be back into shape. Good for her and for me. Damn it, we have to rebuild everything. Well, there is the new Pokari, or is that the old one? Oh, wait a minute, there's two of these. Are they related? No, coat of arms is different. Great, this is gonna add confusion. What's going on? Sirt was in the middle of fighting a war against Verona for the coast. For the coast of Verona? This is a defensive war, folks. What part of the coast? Oh! Aha! Inherited a war. Don't take it out on me, will ya? Would not be wise to duel him right then and there. But you tell him to drop that plot, I'll deal with him later. My daily routine involves repeatedly swinging my blade at a training dummy. However, I can learn so much from finding an animate enemy, and the practice gets dreadfully dull after a while. I could use someone to train with. After pursuing some old texts bought by a savvy merchant, given my extensive culture and inquisitive mind, I could buy someone in order to study and attempt to increase in their knowledge. But what will I do? No, I have better things to do in my own time. God dog it. But it's alright, you got a lot of money. Bring it back. Didn't know you still keep the Greek culture around. Thank goodness that's gotten rid. There are many legends about the great man whose blood I share. Particularly stories but circulated court lately. It focuses on an epic feat where Raphael proves straight of character. And the more I hear, the more I wish to emulate him. He's a very virtuous man, but I wish I was brave as him. But every little bit helps. I strive to be more like him. I'll be patient then. Ah, my chair. I was sitting around were broken. I fell to the ground looking like a clown. Why is this happening to me? But hey, at least they didn't get wounded. Again. Invited people in my court to take part in the war game, which will practice defending our land from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent invading armies, so I'll have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. This will be fun. Get rid of this ambition. I'd like to be a skilled fighter. I want to be a better fighter than Poppo here. She's not involved, so he'll be alright. Murderous bastard. As we assign tasks for the wargame, we decide that Dilek will defend with me, while Ragapert will be leading the invading forces. Let the best warlords win. At the beginning of the wargame, our enemy decides to do a strong frontal assault towards our center flank. Use all means to reinforce it straight for the center. Crot, they destroyed the buildings again. Enemy forces of Ragapert are keeping up the pressure in the center, while a group of enemy cavalry shows up behind my line. Suggests that we beat the enemy cavalry decisively. Break off a large unit from the side flank to combat the cavalry. At the same day, a famous bard named Saxel has arrived at my court, lured by the tales of my family's generosity towards all artists and craftsmen. He hopes to join my court and offers his services to such an illustrious person, patron of the art as I am. Yeah, we don't get a lot of talented people these days. Our opponent's troops are clearly tired, and by using the high ground to our advantage, we quickly gain the upper hand. It is concluded that the defending team is victorious. Oh, good game. You know, send a steward so we could build these buildings faster. Get them done. No longer wounded, just scarred now. Yeah, I approve. We're goods and bastards. thinking they rule the waves. Father-in-law died bedridden and infirm. Hey, brother-in-law. My goodness, big money. You're just unlucky with love, but you got a lot of children. Got rid of those damned robber bands here. Again, one day I'll be a better fighter than you. But there's others that want to get rid of you. Because we all know what you did. We all know what you did. Oh, that's why they took Athens. Dragomir is recently arrived in Neapolis. You want to take Duchy of Icegrad from the Hagen? Let's get him. Because we like the Avars. This may get me the deceitful trait. So there's a 65% chance that he's not captured fleets in my lands. 35% chance he's imprisoned. And we'll immediately send an offer of ransom. Let's give it a try. Success! Raoul smiles and welcomes Dragomir into my court, sending a trap for him on the road just outside of Neapolis. My soldiers took him prisoner, and already a message is off to the Kagan to inquire about a possible ransom. Excellent. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we're doing for the majority of our spending. Beefing up the military. Your terms are most agreeable. I thank you for your assistance in bringing Dragomir to proper justice. Excellent. So he pays 50 gold to me. You know what? I tire of this. Put me in the army. I really want to get rid of these ghosts. Tired of them damaging my buildings. Not to mention, I want to improve my combat skills. Retake it if you dare. Just don't damage your own buildings. There's another thing I want to make big investments in. My old trade post in Alexandria. Expand the warehouse. With more merchants, more space required to store their wares. Gotta do something with that large amount of money. It's where the Silk Road ends there. My lord, begins a note from my magistral's widow. The writing of your manuscripts come to a halt. Our oldest scholars has passed away. And he recommends investing in more scholars at risk of lower quality of work. Funding is not an issue. Oh shit. Mother. Thank God her. You'll pay for this. You'll pay for this. I'm gonna influence the election. Ask a Doge to influence future election in my favor. It all depends on my diplomacy intrigue. I am patient. Not ruffle. And regard a Doge influence on the opinion. But you knowing he's a bad guy, he's a bit deceitful. Well, that could be an issue. But I'll gain the arbitrary trait for this, so that's too many traits right now. Hopefully get rid of Craven. I'm 30 years old, I know I have what it takes. Just lost my patience. That's bad. That means it isn't going to bode well. So for now on, I'm going to put my money into the campaign. As I offered him a very nice painting that cost me precisely 30 gold. The Proto-Doge Romanos of Amalfi winked at me and said my suggested the next election would be rigged in my favor. Of course, they'll just say what he wanted to happen. 2 of my trade posts. What trade posts? Amalfi had very... God damn it! Boy, I swore big time just for that. Those are 2 of my most valuable trade posts. I'll not accept that deal. That's it. I'm gonna put a lot of money into it, and I'll make damn sure that I'll win this election. Whenever that old man croaks. You can't murder him because he's got high intrigue. So he's untouchable. Angry as heck right now. Theodore. I'll get you to be less slothful, you son of beeswax. At least nobody ever disturbed its independence. That Longobards... Hey, wait a minute. Gertrude inherited it. And then, it's been decided that, you know, that now he runs this place. So now a proper Longobard runs the area again. Alright. Way to go. Married to a Bogomil, though. Glad to see southern Italy be normal again, but military buildup is just fine. It's just we decided we're gonna get rid of that man. What I mean is, put my money in this, campaign and then go where you go. Not giving away Amalfi to anybody, but Varia, however, that is over there where the Royal Tract is. I'm not giving that away either. And the Empress is still running the Empire. While he remains the Emperor in waiting. An Englishman. Alright. Come on in. He's a graduate of Oxford. See if you're worth a damn. So, they want us to fight against Al-Andalus. Invade Al-Andalus. That's pretty big, actually. I should consider, because my mind is on revenge and a few other things. I want to run the Republic so that way I can use the Republic's military to use the army to fight against the Latin Empire. But apparently they're fighting a big war. They want the Empress out. She's got a few allies, but this is Alexios who has an ambition. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that empire to be fallen to some other dynasty. Hey. Too bad I can't join the war because it's not a holy war or anything like that. That's gonna be a problem. Oh, wait a minute. Poppo is landed. He is the king of Thessalonica. Offered to join the war. What war? Oh, he's inherited these areas too as part of that Latin Empire. I forgot he was the heir to Thessalonica in addition. He's also heir to the Kingdom of Egypt. Oh my goodness. He's going to get way more power. All this goes to Latin Empire. My goodness. The entirety of the Crusader Kingdom of Egypt has gone to Latin Empire unless they swore fealty because of, you know, they're all kin. Now I'm never going to get my chance to fight a rivalry war against him. Because you would have to go through her to get to him. Doesn't work like that. My father's killer still lives. And one day, get rid of this trait and things will improve from then on out. See, that's what you're here for. And I get my revenge of I will avenge my mother by making sure that this guy, well, making sure that I win the election. I mean, I don't care about the fate of that man. There goes all my valuables. All my sources of income. You still got your trade posts and all that. Amalfi peasant revolt. While they are away, they're opening themselves. But it's now entirely possible she may lose the empire. And while their army is out to try to take the capital, those Melfians are gonna, you know, have their chance to be an independent entity. Lucana used to be French, but now it's back to being Greek. As it was back in the olden days. Monks in a nearby monastery have been stopped by to trade for supplies. Quite often, lady, they usually linger to talk and exchange knowledge. Hey, how about you pick up another trait? Be cynical. See if it gets rid of Craven. I'm all for picking up more traits. Nope, you lost Diligent. They fully occupied it. I'd love to help you. Brother Poppo, you son of a beeswax. Heir to Thessalonica and Dalmatia. And a few other places as well. Well, he's not doing well in the Holy War himself. He's not yet crowned king. No, don't do it. Don't give in to what the papacy would want. There. Land Empire forces are now invading their capital. This is the payback at him. And more reinforcements on the way. There's a few more. My faction supporters are prepared to overthrow our liege. What? You're gonna overthrow him? What did he ever do to you? He should refuse our rightful demand that he surrender some of its bountiful wealth to us. I ask that I either stand our side now or stand aside should civil war prove necessary. Would that be wise? A civil war right then and there? Oh boy. What are you up to? Independence. The one Count from Misrata, a feudal count of the Pocarios family, who's excommunicated. Oh, backing the prosperity faction. That's what you want. Money, right? Not independence. Okay, okay. Yeah. I'll stand with you. This is gonna be this is gonna be stupid. This is gonna be a modern disaster. But don't worry, your position is secure. And you want to be a better fighter. It's what you wanted, right? It's what you wanted. really like you. At least you're no longer gluttonous. Guess civil war is probably averted. No, I'm the leader of the prosperity faction. Yes, we all had our disagreements against him, but let's hold a faction meeting since you named me leader. I'm a bit fatigued now. So, drink salty water to induce vomiting. It was very effective, it says. Oi, you still have not pledged to the cross. As a faithful Christian, I hope that you pray consider your actions and join in a righteous war for Al-Andalus. Listen, I'll support the crusade, but I am not coming over there. Because I got too much on my mind. Especially with family matters. One by one, the lords and ladies of the faction assemble at my residence in Asera. It is quite clear that everyone is displeased with how things are going in Amalfi. It is blamed on Proto-Duke Romanos. As faction leader, I'm expected to address and set the agenda for the coming meeting. Wait a minute. Am I crazy? Oh, he was Greek. It's just he changes his culture to Langobard. Oh, okay. Oh, he speaks a different language. He doesn't dress like a Greek. He dresses like a Langobard. Anyways. There's got to be another faction for this. I mean, one of these days, I should just try to... Like, oh, is there a faction where I can, I don't know, overthrow them so I can be the Doge of Amalfi? Or the courts you need support it. So just give us what we want or face civil war. We're tired of your crap. You may have the money, but I have faith. We are too strong for Frodo to deny us what is justly ours. Until the several lords shall threaten him with civil order if he does not. What titles does he have? Yeah, he's got plenty. So they wanted the money and then they refused. How about surrender one of his many titles? Mother-in-law passed. Not fatigued anymore. After such an acrimonious discussion, those present decided should be demand for the commune of Canea to be granted to Doge Hildeprand. And the issue must still be put to a vote. However, all of us said it done. The proposal is passed. I may now make ultimatum to Liege for the next 60 days. So the Proto invites all vassals who are not part of the faction to join the coming civil war. Note, if they accept, they will join the faction coming days and give them time before sending the ultimatum. Present an ultimatum to give into one of the faction's demands, or my faction's supporters will rise in revolt and overthrow. He clearly saw the wisdom in our demand and he caved to it. Members of our faction that guided us there toast their victory and brighter things come for us all. Okay, so you've got so would that be the city itself? Canea? Used to be that. No need to be a power monger, so as long as they serve under me, so let's give it to this new guy, this new chap. But instead, he will run down here. But he doesn't serve under me. May have made a bad call, but just give me a moment. Be right back. You're the new leader now. Not what I would have wanted. But my mind is still on him. Liege's Council's discontent. He's a power monger. 1 second. You could seize these trade posts if you wish to. No, none of them, these plots say to overthrow the ruler, unless you do not have the intrigue for, but it's a really good idea at this point. That's his business. I'll continue to shake my head no at this. Hey, don't embezzle from me, alright? Plus, I don't want to take him on in a fight or attempt to murder him. It's not a good idea. He's a great military man, but he can't last forever. So, good luck to them on their crusade over there. I'm not joining that. No. I got a lot of trouble on my mind, and I refuse to lose. They're off to the crusade as well. And none of you guys from Amalfi decided to join on that crusade? Troublesome. Yep. Look, what happens if I do indeed murder him, besides the traits that you gain? It's an easy way to avoid complex and unreliable plots. In fast too, if you discover to be murderer, independently of success, the threat will raise by a fair amount. If you fail the murder attempt, you may end up being a victim yourself. Well, the opinion is less than 50. You don't like me too much. Amalfian claim on the Holy Roman Empire? You have gone too far. That's it. If he were to own the Holy Roman Empire, then that doesn't make sense. That's it. We're gonna murder him. And if I die, then Tassilo will run things here. Although he'll be mostly competent, but skill-wise he can be improved. Brother ain't coming back. He's not welcome here. That's why he's the king of Thessalonica. And also one day he'll be ruling the Latin Empire and the Kingdom of Egypt. And since that she might lose the empire and be ran by this man, this would join the Latin Empire in turn. And subsequently, this would, gosh. In fact, the real question is, where the hell did you get a claim on the Holy Roman Empire? Because that one person you married who was the former emperor? Ah, grandfather. That's why. Yeah. That's when I feel, yeah, you've gone too far. But hey, give this a try first. Furious about the other people's ambitions, thinking they're all high and mighty, but them... Good God, a merchant republic, Holy Roman Empire, that would never work. That is impossible to hold everything. It would be catastrophic. It would cause a lot of destruction. It would be cursed. It would be everything. That's why he must be stopped now. I don't think you're qualified for... Well, I guess you are. Crud. And if I get too impatient, I'm gonna murder him. Straight up. And it's not enough. I can't be a strategist because I have the court physician thing. But you know what? Switch to intrigue. Ain't gonna help this time. I already got the money. If we can't overthrow him, I'm gonna kill him. Personally. So yeah, that's why they call you the cruel. Well then let's see who's cruel now. Huh. Thanks to me being cynical and arbitrary, which I didn't mean to get those two, but I just want to get rid of Craven, but... Hey, take every chance you get, alright? Don't you have another book like that? Where, yeah, I mean, the Book of Shadows, yeah, that's one. I do recall having another one, a second one. Or am I thinking of an older series? But regardless. But if I get killed, just give us soon. I'm giving you a few months. But in the meantime, maybe you should just spy on somebody. Spy on somebody you don't particularly like within a court. Like who's this guy? Just try to be an amateur schemer. Holy Roman Empire, that's unacceptable. Can't get the guy to take it over. Plus, they can't even defend themselves. Stupid. Plus, somebody else has that claim. Hope you get scurvy, since he's traveling by boat. And he knows he has the money. He does have the army that he can definitely be the HR Emperor, but I'll make sure that never happens. And that claim dies with him. Can be inherited by his successor. Yeah. While his army is away, in case the murder plot fails, and if we do become rivals, which I might as well provoke him as well. Screw it. Like, wish we could just find ways to... It's like, oh, let's fight a rivalry war, so we can put him in prison, make sure that he dies in prison, and then... all among other things. But you know what? Let's have this last act of the episode. Let's go for the murder option. I don't typically do this before. I've never done this before. Only because I am so fed up with this that something's gotta give. But he's still sailing around. In fact, they're already upon arrival. In fact, they're already there. And they're going to try to reinforce as much as they can. But let's see the results of the battle first. And then we'll put a stop to him. There comes the HRE Emperor. But there's more reinforcements coming. There, January 1st. That's the date you're looking for. So he's defeated in the first few battles for now, but I am not confident. I still am determined to get rid of him. He's landed now. Again, if this attempted murder thing failed, remember, I get to be the next Doge, and if it fails, there's a possibility we might become rivals, and I'll use that as an excuse to start a rivalry war with him, and therefore we defeat him in a rivalry war, and then I will be the Doge. I don't care if I get cruel. I'm going straight to hell for this. And also I become envious as well. Also helps with the intrigue. If the assassination plot doesn't work, then give it a try by murdering him personally. I lost the Craven trait finally. Hold on. Yes, you can come in. But I'm more concerned about, will I survive? Because my life could be in danger too. The way of the assassin. At last I was able to be alone with the victim under the pretense of hunting together. After a couple of hours, Proto-Duke Romanos of Amalfi spots a beautiful prey and examines it from afar. Then I decided to turn my bow against the head of my own prey. The arrow went straight to his skull. Now it's time to cause some bruises and small cuts on myself while asking for help. After all, we were both attacked by a dangerous assassin. Thank God. Done and done. So that means officially died under suspicious circumstances. Well, I'm envious, cynical, arbitrary, but I ain't cruel. I didn't pick up the cruel trait. That's good, but arbitrary, not as good. So, we averted disaster because we did not want to turn the Republic of Amalfi into the Holy Roman Empire. And a Holy Roman Empire is a merchant republic. That would be very, very stupid. But in the meantime, well, who's in charge? Do we have a organizer who can? No? Well, I guess you're in charge to, well, get them over here. Get them back to friendly territory. Which is going to take a long while for them to get back here. So I'm the new Doge. I didn't take part of the crusade. I did this just to avenge my mother. What now? One day. But it appears that the war doesn't go well for her, but I'm going to give you some financial help. Alright? Plus you're 71 years old. Which means in future, you could pass away very soon, and then my rival and brother, Poppo, takes the throne, takes the imperial throne, and he will have a lot more land himself, which he'll have to distribute some in the meantime. And look at him! He has been crowned, but he's been crowned in a barn. Crown's seclusion without much celebrations is a clear sign of lack of wealth of influence. Some research may consider this a show of humility. What a moron. But he's a dangerous moron. It's just he was crowned by a Prince Bishop, but not in a place where you want to be, because he was often out at war and all these sort of things. And the Latin Empire is part of that crusade too, but it's Asturias that will get what they want. Likely. So that's step 1 complete. Next step, one day, rivalry war with him is between the Republic of Amalfi and the Latin Empire. 2 countries at the edge of war. Huh. Only to avenge my father. I avenged my mother, but now I will soon avenge my father. But I will have a trick up my sleeve now that I'm a Doge. And you will find out what that is exactly in the next episode of the Republic of Amalfi series. But until then, so long for now.